thank you all for travelling, for those that have travelled from either somewhere else in the hotel or an enormous achievement from us all this morning, and we should be all very much dining out on that. Thank you so much for getting us all organised. Welcome to our guests here from the new home of the Department of Water Security, Water Force.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Mills and I lead the modern slavery team within now the Australian Border Force, and our role is really supporting the effective implementation of the Modern Slavery Act.
There's been tremendous revelations along the way. We've spent time talking about modern slavery and the issues. They don't directly impact us, but they are a part of, indirectly of what we do.
So in the context of how do you have a more resilient and more productive and more opportunistic agricultural landscape, we've invited Richard to come and tell us about the work they've been doing.
The prevailing presumption is that in order for agriculture to thrive, nature has to suffer, and vice versa. The Nature Conservancy, we're trying to demonstrate through real examples that assumption, that perception that agriculture and nature are always in competition is not only unhelpful, it's untrue and unnecessary.
We've really got a completely different view of the key driver of everything, which is water.
The key takeout for me today from speaking with the agricultural sector was that many of the issues across the sector are the same. These businesses really care about climate change, they really care about nature and biodiversity and water stewardship.
We've gone from there onto the bus and out to the Mulloon Creek Institute and looked at one of the really compelling tools that we've got here, which is actually how to look after our soils and how to take those soils to a place where they can really hold water in the landscape and make our farms much more resilient when it gets drier.
In about 2005, you may recall there was an Australian story program run about the work of a guy called Peter Andrews. They've got a pilot project going to repair and rehydrate the creek. It's amazing the change that took place over a very short period of time.
There's a real sense amongst a lot of farmers that they want to produce food and fibre that is ethical, that is nutrient dense, and that at the same time is also contributing to the improvement of their environment.
It's really interesting and encouraging to see such a groundwell of support getting behind more sustainable agriculture. And the trip to Mulloon Creek Farm was a fantastic opportunity to see that sort of transformational change in action.
I've just learnt so much in our meeting today, and there's always so much more to learn and to understand, and a lot of it is, I think, still in its infancy in terms of where we're going with research and putting new practices into place.
The point of today, I think, was to get the context of we're going to live in a very different climate. It's going to be a hotter and potentially drier and certainly more volatile climate. The group today was a very engaged group and really interested in sort of taking those innovations, putting them together in a way that makes sense for their business and their organisation, and using that at scale.